He'll show up if he shows up. If he doesn't, well, we'll see him tomorrow. It looks like the jam session is loading up, so I know he's around somewhere. It looks like it's loading super slow, I guess. No, it's going. Maybe he's got internet problems. Who knows? He always figures it out. Chris, how's it going?
Going well. Yeah, I had a decent night last night. Now I'm trying to just focus up and not just get through today's card, but now look at tomorrow's massive card. I think it's 149 games. Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely. They keep adding them. It seems like every week they just have like a couple more.
Yeah,
A couple more.
I think last week was the heaviest of everything.
I love this time of the year. I mean, February college basketball's always been one of my favorites, where it's like you're really digging into conference play. You kind of know what the teams are by this time of the year, um, making a push for the conference tournaments. I actually love the conference tournament, like the conference tournaments themselves before March Madness. Love that time of the year.
Yep, that is the best week of the season. Daytime weekdays sports. The 2 weeks really. It's 2 weeks before that starts, and the first week there's not as much daytime games. A lot of those small conferences have their tournaments. Then a lot of those are on campus tournaments, and then the second week it's just starts on Tuesday. Like the Big Ten and the ACC, the bigger conferences, they kind of have like this play-in rounds and seeding. I think the Big 12, I mean, it's so big this year. I don't know what that's going to look like, but yeah, it's going to be a lot of action all day and night, you know. So it's not just the NCAA tournament, really, it's everything else. And those conference tournament games, I mean, for a lot of those teams and a lot of those players, man, there is no tomorrow. It's like a lot of those guys, that's the end of their basketball career. They will not be playing at any kind of next level. And, you know, so that finality, they leave it all out on the court. And that's why those games are always so great.
I still have PTSD. I remember clear as day. I watched the Jazz post-game show and Rudy Gobert says, I have COVID. And then the next day, they played the first half of the first game in the ACC tournament. Big East tournament. Every other tournament canceled, and just like everything went dark.
Yep,
like
we were on the air.
Week,
we were on the air, Chris and I, when that happened. Yeah, I don't know if Gobert said he had COVID. I think what he did is he coughed on the mic, right?
He was touching on the microphones.
Yeah, he's touching everything. I don't think he
I
said
thought he said he had COVID. That was like the point. They canceled the game.
No.
Like that was the first cancellation in the NBA.
No. The cancellation was, I think he tested positive. I don't think he said he had COVID. I think he ended up testing positive.
Well, he had tested positive, correct.
But I think a lot of the tournaments had played like the play-in round of the tournament, like the Big Ten had played, Wisconsin had, you know, there was games ready to go, like right then and there. We were on the air when they canceled everything. So
David Miller was at one of those Las Vegas tournaments. I forgot, it was Mountain West or can't remember, but he was literally at the game. And the night when Rudy Gobert had that situation, he like went, it was like everything was normal. They went to the whole round. It was exciting. He's sending me pictures. Then like the next day, they played the Big East tournament. I remember they played the first half, and I was actually on the losing side in that first half, and then they canceled the game. I was like laughing about it. I was like, guess they're going to refund my wager.
Yeah, little did we know that we would be betting on simulated Madden football in the near future. That's what we were covering on our shows.
Esports, man. Esports were big.
We ran our live show right through the pandemic.
But this wasn't even esports because esports had someone behind it.
Chris Rod and I ran our live show right through the pandemic. We ran it every day, right through the pandemic, 7 days a week. 365 days a year. We went right through the pandemic on the live show. That's when Rod had his Bundesliga
meltdown.
Yeah, the famous Rod Bundesliga meltdown. Lost it. I'm sick of this Bundesliga.
Eric was doing really well Korean baseball. We were getting advice from this group that was giving us Korean baseball, and it's like it starts at 4 in the morning.
It's super easy, Korean baseball. It's like generally there's not that many teams, and it's like the games are really one-sided. There's only like two teams.
And we had a stud from the Orioles. Adam Jones was playing on the teams over there.
Yeah. We covered that. We covered MMA. We covered soccer, and we covered there's Jay. Let's see what happens when we bring him in. So, all right. Now we're ready to go. Got EJ. There we go.
Oh, they're back. They're back.
Yeah, Costa, you got room over there on the right now that I can see. We got room to the side of that on-air sign. Put up a mannequin, like a full life-size cutout.
Of what?
Eric, of course.
Oh God! Oh my God!
I mean, why do you even have to ask? What do they call those things? Fatheads? We got to get the Pathy fathead.
The Pathy fathead. Well, you know, you can make bobbleheads with yourself on them.
Yeah, we looked into them for Pick Dogs. I kind of got voted down on it. They weren't that expensive to get it done. They were reasonably priced, and I was just going to give it to anybody that bought like a week subscription or longer, and just give them out to everybody. Give them out to all the guys. Buy like 100 of them or so, real limited edition. We have a great logo for it, for the bobblehead. So, Jay, where are your picks? Where are they? Already in the comments, man. You're here 10 seconds. Where's Jay? Hi, Jay. Where are your picks? Where are your picks? Stop fading the Clippers.
Stop fading the Clippers.
So anyways, I waited for Jay to get here to even address the subject. And Ruffolo's chalk fest yesterday on the show. Chris, how surprised were you to see Tatum getting dunked on again all night? And the Celtics, now the entire homestand, have not covered a game. They're 2-3 straight up on this homestand. And last night, pretty much as good as it gets for us Tatum bashers. I was writing songs about Tatum and everything. What do you think?
I mean, it's one of those things where I was just sitting there looking at the score. I was like, yeah, you know what? It's to no one's surprise the Celtics kind of blew one. And
kind of blew one. Well, what about the Clippers game? I mean, what was that? That didn't happen.
No, I'm saying that the Clippers game was at least, even you could have made a case either way. I was trying to make a case that no LeBron, no Anthony Davis should have been a shoe.
But that was even before. You picked them before when those guys were in.
Yeah, and I took one on the chin on that one. I'll admit it. I've had worse losses. So
on the Ruffolo Favorite Fest NBA card yesterday.
Yeah, it would.
I think they all lost.
The Knicks got it done.
I don't think they covered.
Yeah, they did.
Depending on the number. Depending
on the number. Because I covered on the other side.
I covered on the other side on the jam session too at 4.5.
Yeah, we all covered.
4.5, 4, 3.5. They were all out there.
It's okay, Chris. Don't worry about it. Tatum sucks.
The Lakers covered.
So I'm gonna give Jason Tatum like 5-second reprieve here. Let's talk about Porzingis for a second. What a piece of shit this guy is. I mean, how freaking worthless is he? I mean, what was he? I haven't even looked at the box score yet because I just figured I'd wait for the show so we could get the Mitch reaction. But I'm gonna guess he was minus 70. Does anyone have the number? Because I'm gonna get it.
I'll get it for you right now.
I'm gonna get it. Well, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna guess he was about minus 70. I mean, he was terrible. He was about as straight ass as you can get. He stinks. I'm gonna say it right
minus
now.
22.
Yeah, And I think that sugarcoats it. I think what we need him to do is throw up another brick. It's like that is really what we need. It was a bricklaying convention. It reminded me of a Minnesota Timberwolves playoff game. It had that feel to it. Yeah. -22. Brown -20. Brown 0 of 3 from beyond. Oh, Porzingis. He was 1 of 7, but it felt like 1 of 30. It was bad, man. It was way bad.
You know what's worse? The Jazz. What an egg. Ugh.
I mean, Wood was 1 of 9 from the floor, including 1 of 4 from beyond the arc. He was still +2 in that game. That's how bad the Celtics were, man. They got worked. I mean, and you look, it's like they have no excuses. Tatum, Porzingis, Holiday, White, and Brown was the starting 5. Against Prince, Vanderbilt, Hayes, Russell, and Reeves. They got smoked.
It was wire to wire. They were never ahead.
Crushing.
Never ahead.
Never ahead. They're a joke, man. Best team in the NBA. Jay, you still got them at number 1?
Still number 1.
Oh,
Boston.
my God. Even with 5 consecutive non-covers and 3 losses in their last 5 games at home.
The best team in the NBA has nothing to do with what we talk about here, ATS and covering and all that.
What about winning?
Yes, it does. And
I believe lost 3 of the last 5 at home.
And still have the best record in the NBA. Still have the best home record in the NBA. Yeah, everybody goes through tough stretches. They'll be all right.
Tough stretches. They got, I mean, you want to talk about the jam session. I think the Clippers game was AKA the jam session. It was, I mean, that was one of the best ones we've ever. I mean, the commentary was just the best. It's like, this is like an AAU game. And then the clip that I took from there, oh my God.
Mitch, they've won 75% of their games this season. Like, still the best team in the league, in my opinion.
Not even close. Not even.
The closest to 75% is Minnesota at 70, and behind that is Oklahoma City at 68.
So you're saying the House of Disappointment is the second best team in the league based upon that same criteria?
Record-wise, yeah. I think that's a great criteria to go by, record.
Not necessarily, because not all records are created equal.
I was going to say, yeah.
True.
We all know that. Look at the Knicks' last 10 games. Look at the Knicks' last 10 games and tell me they're the same as like the Thunder or the the Nuggets or something. Not even close, man. It's like you play the Atlanta Hawks 3 times and Spurs and it's like, I mean the Knicks, it's like you hear back to back like at the same building. The Knicks get like 6 in a row at the Hawks. I'm so sick of the Celtics, man. I'm just so sick of Jason Tatum. You have to admit they're headed nowhere fast.
I think
doesn't look good right now.
I think they're headed for the Larry O'Brien.
I think they're major fade, man.
Who else? Who's going to do it?
Anybody else? I think the Knicks could beat them.
I think the Bucks in a 7-game series would beat the Celtics.
About the same Bucks team that lost outright to the Blazers.
Last year, they got Lillard. I'm telling you, by that time, if they're
last year, the Heat blew them out of the building. It was 4-1. It wasn't even close.
That was it. What about every other time they've been doing well?
No, just only the year they won the championship. Outside of that, they got run out of the playoffs by the Heat or by the Celtics. Only the year they won the championship, 3 years ago. That was it.
I think
those are some ugly-ass rings, too. Let's talk about that for a second.
For me, it's a 2-team race at the top. I feel like there's only 2 teams. I feel like my championship is Nuggets, Boston, and there's really nothing anybody else could do to rattle me from that currently.
Well, you're foolish and lack vision.
Who's going out the East? Miami?
Probably.
No.
Whatever.
You know, it's not the 76ers. They can never get healthy enough. Embiid's
you're right.
always going to get hurt. In 7-game series, by the time he
If
gets to
even-
the conference
He
finals,
might be done for the year. I didn't see a timetable, but we saw the meniscus tear yesterday.
yeah, he might be done.
I didn't see a timetable.
It's a shame
Chris.
every year for that guy.
Talk to me.
Mm.
Who coming out the East? Who coming out the West right now?
Let me look at it right now. Hold on. Let me see. West. And going on, let me say the Clippers.
As much as I
You
want
gotta stop
to
fading
bash
the
that-
Clippers, man.
As much as I want to bash that, they are playing really well right now, and with the top tier talent that they have, Kawhi, Paul George, James Harden, they're gonna have probably the more top end talent when it comes to the playoffs. Can they get it done? No, because the Clippers are choke artists. But I'm
Wait
not
a
mad.
minute. Hold on a second. The Clippers are choke artists, but the Celtics are going to win the whole thing.
Yes, the Celtics, we've seen
The
them.
biggest
in the
choke
NBA.
artist in the entire NBA, his first name starts with Jason, and his last name rhymes with Adam.
No, the difference here, Mitch, is that Celtics team, they're 25, 26, and 27. That Clippers team, they're late 30s. So, like, all those guys have been Mr. Choke It Away.
Like Al Horford, like Al Horford, like Porzingis.
Hold on.
How
I'm
old
not
is
mad at
Porzingis?
Boston.
That
I'm
sack
not
of
mad at
crap.
Boston for losing the NBA Finals to the team that has literally ran the NBA. The last, you know what I mean? I'm not mad at them.
In
for
this
that. They were
game?
24.
You mean this?
They were 24, 23.
What happened in that game? Did this happen?
The light skinned man, Steph Curry, got busy. Like
Kind
we
of
see
did this.
countless
Kind of
times.
did this, and he really like kind of rubbed Tatum's face in it. That was the best part of the whole thing. I think Jason Tatum started crying out on the court, like crying. No, not
I'm gonna
again.
go.
Who coming out the East?
I'm gonna go
Heat.
Clippers. I just feel it this year. I think they finally figured it out how to rotate these guys. Kawhi is a winner,
He is.
and the guys around him do enough. Westbrook off the bench is lethal. Harden's playing again, staying healthy.
There's
Keep
no team.
going.
There's no.
I'll tell
team
you what. I can
he
tell
will
you this
play
much.
more than
I can
the
tell you this
Clippers.
one. The Clippers ain't getting out of the second round. I agree with that with them as a regular season team, and I've been bashing Jay's bashing of the Clippers, but they ain't getting out of the second round, man. That ain't gonna happen. No chance. The West is too tough. What if they end up facing the Nuggets? They'll be done.
they'll be alive.
It'll be done. Done, and done. 4-1 or 4-0 against the Nuggets. Because when it comes time for it, the Joker, even the time he got remember he got ejected? That wasn't it the deciding game? But it wasn't like a game 7, but it was like a closeout game. He got ejected like in the second quarter. It's like,
You like
at least
run
he
into
leaves
the
it
back
all
of one
out
of
on the
Morris
court.
brothers or something.
What happened? Who was it against? Was it against the Lakers?
No, I don't remember who was. Didn't he run into the back of like Marcus Morris or something like that? And,
Yeah, he got
like,
thrown
checking
out.
from behind.
Yeah, they threw him out of the game. It was like everyone else was injured. It was like, oh man, this is not going to be good. But the Nuggets know how to win. I'm not saying that Kawhi doesn't know how to win, but
I got the Nuggets
James
out the
Harden
way.
doesn't.
That's my team out the West, the Nuggets.
I get it. I just think the Nuggets not being seeded at the top are going to get less home games, and we know they're susceptible to losing on the road. And
They
that
weren't
could
last
play a
year, man. They
factor in
beat the
playoffs.
Heat 4-1. Who
Beat the
them?
Lakers 4-1. Beat the Timberwolves 4-1.
They're not
Or 4-0.
susceptible on the road at all, man. They just D it up.
Yeah.
They're just not a high-flying, high-scoring team on the road. They D it up. And I say it all the time. I say it in college football when Jay's saying how Georgia sucks and all that other stuff. I always say this. If you want to be the man, you got to beat the man. And it's like they're number one until somebody else says so. And it's just like UConn in college hoops this year. It's like they won the championship last year. They had all these other teams ahead of them in the rankings. And where are they right now? back to number one. And I'll tell you what, the Nuggets, were not a good team over the first half of the season, but you could see a different team over the last couple weeks. Once we passed that 41 game mark, they've been a totally different team. Man, I wouldn't mess with those guys. I know you don't like the Joker, but that's okay.
I love the Joker.
It doesn't sound like it. It sounds like you're a hater.
I just think I don't think they're going to repeat. I don't think they're going to repeat. The West is a slaughterhouse. Just whatever team gets hot at that time. I wouldn't be surprised if the Suns put it together. Healthy Suns. It's a crapshoot in the West. East, I only see two teams in the East possibly getting out. I don't see the Cavs getting there. I don't see the Knicks getting there. It's either Bucks or Celtics.
You know nothing.
Foolish and like
No, he just knows nothing. We'll file it in the you know nothing category. Speaking of knowing nothing, Chris, you haven't chimed in too much on this. Who's your picks for the NBA Finals?
Well,
I like Heat against Nuggets.
I like the Clippers out of the West.
Well, they played last year.
I know, but it's a repeat. Should have bet them last year. Would have got good odds.
I did bet it last year. I was the only one on the Heat. I had money line. I was money line all the way, man. All day.
I was fading the Heat all year, getting under his skin.
Money lined them all the way through the playoffs, man.
All year. I'm talking about passion.
Plus 480 we're getting on them against the Celtics. It was like, oh my God.
Got the Heat all year, and then here comes playoff time. Oh my God.
You missed it. You did. I guess you were just new with us then, so it was like you probably weren't on the shows back then. But I was on the Heat every single game.
Were the Clippers last year?
The Heat didn't do anything last year during the regular season, and they got to the playoffs, and it was like
just went crazy. Jimmy
Buckets, man. Remember Harrow was out, and they still were dominating. It was like, oh, he might play in this one against the Celtics, and they're like, oh man, he might play, and people are like, oh, he might play in Game 7. It's like, we don't need him. Boom, beat him up. Then Tatum, because he knew he was done, he fake rolled his ankle. Remember that? Faked it. They rolled his ankle. Still played, the whole game. Miraculously.
It'll be a good playoffs this year.
It's always a good playoffs. The best part of the playoffs is the draft lottery.
That's boring.
Whoa.
Boring.
The draft lottery? Okay.
Last year it was exciting because there was Wemby Magic. But besides that, it's boring.
It's never boring.
It's boring.
Even the year the Cavs took Anthony Bennett, it was not boring. We went through this the other day. The best draft in recent NBA history was the Luka draft. It's like 2 rounds deep of NBA starters. The Mavericks got in that draft, they got Luka in the first round and Brunson in the second round. That's how deep that draft was. 2 All-Stars. Of course, Brunson's on a different team as an All-Star.
Posted.
Brunson wasn't even the best player on Villanova.
Well, he was a second-round pick.
Yeah. Remember their best player?
Hart was the best player.
Hart, yeah.
Yep, he plays.
And now Hart playing second fiddle right now to my guy Brunson, who be.
They loved when they got him.
He's got a cough.
No, he does the. I can't do it.
Yeah,
I can't do it.
Brunson is Mr. Pump Fake. He'll pump fake you 10 times in one possession.
Jay, have you ever you might be too young for this. Do you ever watch the And One mixtapes?
Yes.
Skip to My Lou was the only player that actually played in the NBA.
Rafer
Alston. I always wanted the professor to get in the NBA.
I always wanted Escalade to get in the NBA.
Escalade was he was so good.
I got no idea what you guys are talking about.
Yeah, I know.
You've never seen the And One, the And One mixtapes, Mitch? What? was an error.
Once I
That was
got called white,
raw
once I
error.
got called the white Escalade.
You know what I mean? Like, these are the guys that used to
Jay kind of looks
throw
like
it
hot
around
sauce.
your head, throw it around your
Jay
head,
kind
get
of
it back.
you kind of look like hot sauce. You kind of do
You know what I mean? They would dribble it between your legs, get it back.
through the shirt.
Yeah. It was cold. It was cold.
Anyways, I don't know what the hell you guys are talking about. They don't want to talk about Porzingis' performance last night, though. I'm all in. I'm all in.
Teddy Bridgewater retiring.
Never liked that guy.
Teddy
He's
Two
a-
Gloves.
Yep, he's accepted a head coaching job at Miami Northwestern High School, which is his alma mater.
Yep. That is, the Miami Northwestern is like, if you go down the NFL rosters, like everybody's got a Miami Northwestern. My guess is they have more players in the Hall of Fame than any high school in the country. They are a beast of a program.
So, yep, Teddy going there to coach.
Wow, they must be down to be hiring a guy like that right out of, But, oh well. Miami Northwestern, Miami Central, always really, really tough inner city teams. Really, really tough.
They ain't got nothing on Duncanville and DeSoto, I'll tell you that. I know. Hey, that's the high school football argument can go on for hours and days because there's no like proving who's right.
Nope. But they play the interstate
No,
games.
they do.
So, but the thing is, so Northwestern, like, I think it was Northwestern or Central, one of those teams played actually the best high school program, which is by Costi, DeMatha.
Yeah.
They beat the shit out of us. I mean, they beat the crap out of Northwestern. I mean, they beat them by 100. But like, they have like the best sports, any high school out there.
Oh yeah, Theo. South Lake Carroll. That's when they had good old Quinn Ewers. They was cold.
South Lake Carroll has put out a lot of quarterbacks. A lot of quarterbacks.
They was cold.
I think Colt McCoy went there, didn't he?
He might have.
People still go to. I know we're talking about high schools and prep schools. People still go to Oak Hill. Remember that was like the big thing where like you went there after.
It's
high
not
school
this.
for
I
a
don't
year.
think it's the same that for
It's
postgraduate.
not the same. Yeah.
I don't think it's the same because I think now it's the opposite. The guys all go to college a year early.
Right.
Not like me who stayed in college
They got
6 extra
everybody.
years.
Oak Hill would get everybody.
Stayed in college 6 extra years. 12 years of college down the drain. Anyways, we eventually should get to some games here. Chris, any final words about Porzingis?
No, I think
You can
said
say
everything.
it. We all know. We all know, Chris. You can say it. It's okay.
I think you've said all that needs to be said.
What about Tatum? Should we change his name to Fatum?
Maybe.
Love me some Tatum. Best team in the NBA. Oh and 5 against the number in the homestand. I don't know, man. I think that I think maybe even being a little too harsh on them. What do you think? I think I'm being too harsh on Tatum. We got the Clippers against the Pistons for 29 minutes and 46 seconds of Porzingis bashing in. 29 minutes and 46 seconds of Porzingis bashing in. 29 minutes and 46 seconds of Porzingis bashing in. 29 minutes and 46 seconds of Porzingis bashing in. 29 minutes and 46 seconds of Porzingis bashing in. 29 minutes and 46 seconds of Porzingis bashing in. 29 minutes and 46 seconds of Porzingis bashing in. 29 minutes and 46 seconds of Porzingis bashing in. 29 minutes and 46 seconds of Porzingis bashing in. 29 minutes and 46 seconds of Porzingis bashing in. 29 minutes and 46 seconds of Porzingis bashing in. 29 minutes and 46 seconds of Porzingis bashing in. 29 minutes and 46 seconds of Porzingis bashing in. 29 minutes and 46 seconds of Porzingis bashing in. 29 minutes and 46 seconds of Porzingis bashing in. 29 minutes and 46 seconds of Porzingis bashing in. 29 minutes and 46 seconds of Po
Let's start the show off on the right foot, man. Friday. I know what we're doing. We're fading the goddamn Clippers. I'm taking the Detroit Pistons plus the 11.5, and I'm gonna sprinkle money line. It's a play on the spot. Fifth straight road game for the Los Angeles Clippers on the other side of the country. Yes, this was the case last game as they beat up on the Washington Wizards. But I could just see this as a sneaky flat spot. I just do. I can see them possibly going through the motions here. For as good as the Clippers were against the number in January, well, the Pistons were great against the number in January as well. I just think this is a case of too many points. I can see this being a sneaky flat spot, a Friday night turn-up spot for a team that doesn't really have a lot of going on for it right now. I do see Kate Cunningham game time decision, but I like taking bad teams at home on Friday nights. That's usually when they get their best crowd presence. I could see the people in Detroit showing up to see the Clippers tonight with all that star power. Building's probably going to be on 1 million, and the Detroit Pistons do enough to compete and get the cover. Fading the Clippers' ass tonight.
Speaking about fading, Chris, what do you think?
This is probably one I'm not going to rush to bet, but I'll lean towards the Pistons as well. They're both been playing really well lately, but the Pistons have covered 5 straight as a double-digit dog. 12.5, I think, is just too many. I think they could win this one by 11. So I'm going to take the Pistons and the points.
I hate fading the Clippers, but 12 is a ton on the road. And like Jay said, Detroit's very sneaky, covering nearly almost every game. They're not winning games, but they're covering games. And 12 points at home with Cade back. He is a game time decision, but he played last game. He's looking decent, had 19 points. Definitely not rushing to bet this game either, but I'll take the Pistons plus 12.
Well, I've said it a million times. I've used this logic and probably have won a million times using it. If you beat the Celtics, beat the crap out of Celtics, you sure as hell can beat the crap out of the Pistons. I'm going to take the Clippers in this one. This is easy money. The Clippers are a classic regular season team, kind of like the Cavs last year. You know? Remember the Cavs last year? They were like really, really good in the regular season, and the Knicks beat the shit out of them in the playoffs. I think that this is going to be similar. Kind of like Ruffolo. Chris, everyone said I picked on you and bullied you yesterday on your favorite train.
I'm a big boy. I can handle it.
No, that's not what they said in the comments. They said stop picking on Ruffalo. That's what they said. Speaking of picking on, we got the Wizards against the Heat. My pick for the NBA Finals this year, the Heat. Chris?
Yeah, I'm going to take the Wizards and the points. Just another one where I think it's just too many points. I know the Miami Heat got back on track against the Kings last time out. But 8.5 just feels like a lot for me to want to lay with the Miami Heat at this point. I think Miami wins on the road, but I think they win this one by 6 or 7. They won the first meeting this season in Miami by just 7 points. And the Wizards have been doing a decent job covering some of these bigger numbers. So give me the Wizards and the points in this one.
Yeah, I'm leaning toward the Wizards as well. They played them tight the last game. I know that Miami only won by 7 at home. Jimmy Butler played in that game, so they had a pretty full roster. A hero was out. I just think it's a lot of points. Another one that I'm not obsessed with, but I'm definitely grabbing the 8.5 with the Wizards here.
I'll take the Wizards plus the points as well. I think the Heat win the game. The Wizards cover it. Pretty simple. If the Heat blow them out by 30, though, I'm not surprised. It's not like a premium pick for me or anything close. Jay, you're muted.
Not a premium pick for me either. Probably should have been, though. I think the Heat kicked the crap out of the Wizards tonight.
Yeah, I think it's possible for sure, especially since Costi likes the other side.
The Wizards, bro, I'm done. I tried to take them last game against the Clippers, and they couldn't. They just didn't show up. Miami, they have been playing pretty bad recently, but they're getting healthy. That hasn't really been the case for Miami for most of the season. Only person on the injury report tonight is Duncan Robinson. I did like what I saw from Miami in their last game. It was a sweat through it most, but in the end, they did pull away from Sacramento in the end. And 25-23 is their record currently. They're better than that. I get you guys points. I really, really do. But the Wizards, they're poverty. They've been beat up on in 3 straight home games: Clippers, Jazz, Minnesota. I think Miami adds themselves to that list.
All right. Got the Hawks versus the Suns. Costi.
On the Suns on this one. Hawks are terrible. There's a reason why I follow the sheet that you have. They just beat them. They just beat them very recently. And I'm all about the Suns here. I think they're healthy. They're rolling. There's no injuries. Fade the Hawks at home. Actually, sorry, I apologize. They didn't play them recently. I was looking at something else. But this is one of my top games today. Love Phoenix. I think it's a short number on the road. I think they're just going to blow them out. I don't see how they're going to stick with them whatsoever. Booker goes for 40 tonight. There's no defense on the Hawks, which means Phoenix could shoot lights out from all over the court. Give me the Suns.
What about Joaquin Phoenix? What do you think, Cam?
I like him. Like him as a man, as an actor. Solid dude. Don't know him personally, but
remember that weird phase he went through? They looked like a homeless man for a while.
yeah.
That was weird.
It's when those movie stars just get, they get into these weird social modes. Whatever works for them.
I'm going to take the Suns also. It's just easy. You go to the list. I mean, the Hawks, and it should be a star next to them at home, especially at home. I'm just going to take the Suns. It's an automatic.
I'm finna take my boys off the list. I'm on the Hawks, man. Let's go. Let's get it done. ATL. Y'all are crazy. I get that the Hawks are terrible against the number, but if that's your argument here, you're foolish and you lack vision. Because as bad as the Hawks are against the number, boy, the Phoenix Suns is right there too, right? Y'all know that, right?
They're 11-11 on the road.
No. I look at the grand scheme of things. In the grand scheme of things, they're 18, 28, and 2. You can't trust them.
On the road, they're not bad.
But listen, these are the spots right here where you can't trust them. Why is the line only 3?
You know what you can't trust? The list. Did you see USC last night hooping it up against Oregon?
Yeah, we had Oregon. But this one...
Well, of course, because they're on the list.
I know, but this one, the Suns should be on the list as well, is all I'm saying. The Suns...
What? You can't have everybody on the list, man. There's no one left to bet on.
The Suns should be on the list as well. And this is a spot where Atlanta, they've stacked back-to-back home wins. Expecting them to do it for a third time is insane.
Not playing the Raptors, unfortunately.
But the Suns are a fade as well. The Suns are a fade. I'm fading their ass. Nobody's betting Atlanta tonight but me. And we're cashing. Hawks. Outright.
Well, I thank Jay for being the reason that the Pick Dogs morning show now needs a breathalyzer before we go on the air.
I love
no
the
way,
Hawks.
no how.
I love
No way,
the
no
Hawks.
how.
The
No way,
Hawks
no
were
how.
the other day. They damn near were. They're not. They should have been. They could have been.
This Hawks team is brutal. The Suns, yeah, they aren't a great against the spread team for much of the season, but you're starting to see Beal, Booker, and Durant getting more playing time together, starting to get more comfortable together. This is the middle of a road trip, so it's not like they're looking at getting
6 straight road game.
Yeah, but it's not like they're looking. Okay, can I go? But it's not like they're looking. It's not like they're looking at getting. It's not like they're looking at just getting back home in the next game. they're in it, and it's not like the Atlanta Hawks are some roadblock. So I mean, give me the Phoenix Suns. I'm surprised that Jay deviated from the list.
I found Jay's angle. It's a look ahead spot for them, the Suns, before they face the Wizards.
No, did y'all not see the?
It might be a letdown.
Did y'all not see the Hawks beat the brakes off the Lakers? Did y'all not watch that game?
The Lakers suck. Last night was not an example.
Phoenix doesn't.
It was Reeves that decided to go God mode. Reeves went God mode.
They're eating 2 in their last 10. They're eating 2 in their last 10.
Exactly. Perfect fade spot.
The Hawks are. Oh my God. The Hawks were preseason paper champions. On paper, you thought this was going to be a playoff team. On paper, they literally.
I love the Hawks.
You can't even make an argument for what the reason why they're not good. Like, they should be good on paper. They have the talent. They have the guys that could shoot. They have a big guy. What's going on there?
I love the Hawks.
Why is this happening?
Love them.
No.
That 3.5 bait, everybody gonna fall for it. Can't wait. Hawks money line, wire to wire ass kicking.
Wire to wire.
Wire to wire ass kicking. Wire to wire.
That's hard to do in the NBA unless you're the Celtics.
We saw like 3 of them last night.
I know.
Austin got their ass kicked wire to wire. The Jazz got their ass kicked wire to wire. And it was only 2 last night. The other 2 were fairly competitive. But yeah. Wire to wire ass kicking Atlanta Hawks on a Friday. In the A.
Oh God.
If they win tonight, it might be coming off that list.
Oh no, they're
nobody's ever made it off the list, right?
A couple of teams last year would find their way on and off the list. You know who's the number 1 team, Costi, that finds their way on and off the list more so than anybody? The damn Toronto Raptors.
They find themselves. That's not a shocker.
Yeah, they find.
If you would have just let me guess, I would have got that in about 2 seconds.
Yeah, it's the Raptors.
Not for me. They're always on the do not bet list.
Them and then like the Mavs.
It's kind of like the do not fly list. Very similar.
Nah, the Hawks, they're going to stay on there. But tonight, I love them. Love it.
What do you have against the Suns?
Nothing.
Just don't like them.
They're just not that good.
Yeah.
Just not that good. And more often than not, they're overvalued. This game should be a pick 'em. There's no way in hell the Suns should be a road favorite here. They just shouldn't. I'm sorry.
A pick 'em. Nah, I think they should be 2.
The books have been wrong on the Hawks all season. Like, they've been pricing the Hawks wrong all season. And today's the day they decide not to price them like they've been pricing them all season. Yeah, I see what they own.
I think they've adjusted because they stink and they're terrible at home. That's why they're getting points.
Games, and now they want to adjust. They're 11-35 against the number. Now they adjust? No, they know something, and I know something. I know the Hawks finna beat the brakes off of the Suns tonight. I know it. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. You can't talk me off. It's one of my favorites tonight. I got the Cardis on tonight. Today is the day this cold streak ends. I've been cold as hell for 2 weeks, and it's ending tonight, and it ends with the Hawks. Let's go. I gotta pump myself up because it's been a hey. Let's go, Hawks.
Maybe it's that type of thinking that has got you into the cold streak.
I've been fading their ass, so now it's time to just take a step back. We've entered like the third part of the NBA season. We've entered that realm to where we just can't expect the teams to be who they were at the beginning of the season. And that's where I've gotten myself in trouble. It's just expecting the teams to continue to be who they've been all season. And this is one of those spots where I'm not going to do that, where I could just say, yeah, fade the Hawks. Ha, ha, ha. The Hawks are trash. No, not tonight. Tonight's the night. 3rd straight win for Atlanta. Loaded.
What do you mean?
mean, I'm
Talking
loading up.
about.
Means I'm loading up on the Hawks tonight. That's what I mean.
What? Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
It's already done.
Why? Why would you do that to yourself?
Why not?
I don't know, man. It's bad for you. It's bad for your bankroll and bad for everything else.
It's bad for business.
It's not good for business, I'll tell you that much. That's for damn sure.
It's not good for your health either. Betting the Hawks is not good for your health. But they got me.
It's bad for business. I don't like it. I protest. We've got the Pacers against the Kings. It's an interesting spot because we all love the Pacers, but the Kings are in that road dog role, which they've just been such money. We spent 21 minutes talking about the Sun Talks.
The Kings are not dogs. They're favorite.
They're favorites by 3.
Oh, are they?
They're 3.5-point favorites, yeah.
Oh, Pacers. I mean, thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what was I thinking? The Kings can't win as a road favorite. That's stupid. Yeah, it's that easy.
It's that easy.
All right. Yeah, I mean, we should put Kings road favorite is 7. We're out of room. We're gonna have to tape another page.
Yeah, I'm on the Pacers here as well. I don't like the spot for the Kings' 5th straight road game. They were playing some pretty good basketball. We got to give them credit. But
There it is.
hey, one of my favorite spots in the NBA is the classic bounce back spot at the crib. I know they're on the back end of a back-to-back. I know my guy Halliburton's on a minutes restriction. If they get this done at home tonight, I'm taking the Pacers.
And it's within the formula too, because it's within one of my favorite systems too, which is fade the Kings on as a road favorite.
Yeah, I was on the Kings in the video for this one, assuming that they were probably going to open as a short road dog, but now that I see them, like you guys said, as a 3-point favorite, 3.5-point favorite, I think I got to lean towards the Pacers. I think maybe the Kings win this one on the road, but I could see them winning it by 1 or 2 points. I think it's going to come down to the last shot. So give me the Pacers and the points.
Yeah, I'm with the Pacers here as well. I don't love it. I could see this.
I love
it's
it.
a 50-50. You love it? I don't. I mean, I just don't know what the minutes restriction is going to be coming off a back-to-back for Halliburton. If he doesn't play all together and the line is set that way, I'm good with that because then I know the flow of the game will be different.
Don't care if he doesn't play at all.
No, he is going to play, but it's going to be on the minutes restriction.
Say he gets out there in the shoot around and he feels a little twinge and he doesn't play. I still like the Pacers. That's how much I like fading the Kings.
You would get more points with that.
I wouldn't need them. It's money line Pacers. I mean, the Kings as a road favorite. You know what that is? I don't have any money on my desk that I feel like burning, but that's basically what it is. It's taking your money and throwing it in the garbage can.
I agree. Listen, I think it's going to be. I would not be shocked if the Kings won that game, but I'm riding the Pacers, getting 3 points at home.
No chance. I mean, no, the Kings have no chance in this game. None. Chris, who do you like?
Well, I think the Kings can win on the road, but I don't know if they win by 4. I don't think they win by 4. I think they win by 2 if they do. They're 9-5 straight up as a road favorite this season.
You're a dick.
It was just the silent pause, then dick.
7-6-1 road favorite against the number.
Yeah. In other words, if you're getting plus money on the other side, the way to go. All right, be that way, man. Whatever. I'm going to get hammered in the comments for my comment. I know that. That's what I do. That's why I'm here. Going to a new format for the weekend. I think I got bumped. We got the Rockets and the Raptors. Costi, did you get the sign-up sheet? Were you on the email?
I did. I always wait for all the studs, the
Yeah, it's all these people that never show up, man. It's like now I'm going to get bumped from my own show.
Yeah. I give the 18
Bullshit.
first crack, and then once.
That's not the 18. These are guys that never showed up all season long, man, all year long. Now all of a sudden they show up and they bump us. It's not really not. It was not the original intention of the deal.
But I see them on the leaderboards. They're producers.
I don't care. Every one of our cappers on our website has the capability to be on top of the leaderboard for months on end. We don't have one guy that's not, or else they wouldn't be on the site. But to show up for a show, not for years on end, and all of a sudden you bump me and you and the guys that have been carrying the load. I don't know. Gonna have to revisit this.
Yeah, got to talk to management.
We're gonna have to talk to management. I'm gonna throw a shit fit.
Yeah, it's Friday. They're not gonna expect it.
That boss is a real asshole, too.
His happy hour is definitely going to get delayed today.
Damn, Sunday lit. I just went and looked at the sheet.
Yeah, I know. It's like I can't even get on my own show.
It's tight.
Bullshit.
Are we going to give out the flag football game? Who's going to win that?
Flag.
The Pro Bowl.
We don't acknowledge him. We don't acknowledge that.
So yesterday,
Chris, are you doing a video on the skills competition?
They already happened.
Oh,
happened last night.
Who won?
You didn't see the longest snapping competition last night?
So NFC's up right now.
No, the hockey.
They get closest to the pin.
The hockey.
Oh.
No, we thought you were talking about NFL.
NFL, the skills competition is the stupidest thing in the world.
What do you mean? They had closest to the pin.
Did you see Jalen Hurts throwing in that competition?
I'll tell you who gets close to the pin is Steph. He's awesome. He's really
well, Steph doesn't play in the NFL, but I get it. For the tight end from Dallas came out with no shoes, stuck it to 3 feet.
I don't even understand how you could watch that shit.
It was dodgeball. It was entertaining. CD Lamb really did good in dodgeball. And Derrick Henry. 2 different games.
Your wife let you watch it? You're still married after this?
Well, she wasn't home.
Oh.
She wasn't home. Derrick Henry, literally, without football pads, looks 3 times bigger than everybody else. Did you see that? Did you watch the dodgeball?
No, I did. But
did
you see this, though? Did you see Kittle at the Golden State Warriors game the other day?
Yeah, I did.
Now that is mind-boggling. He hugged Steph after the game, and Steph's like taller than Kittle. It's just like just blows your mind.
That will always make sense.
The little guys in the NBA always look like they're small, but they're all like 6'8" point guards.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. And when you stand next to Kittle, you're like, oh shit, that don't even make sense. Like that hurts.
I saw. I was at a game. I used to live in Cincinnati, and I went to a game, and I was sitting right down the right field line. And Jason Giambi was playing first base for the Yankees, and Adam Dunn walked, and he was like 10 times the size of him. I mean, it was like he was just gigantic. It's funny when you see them lined up like that. But in the NBA, all those guys are big. What do you play? Point guard. Anyways. Got the Rockets and the Raptors. This is another shit game. Rockets are 4-point favorites. Jay, I know you love your Raptors.
No, I'm not. Everybody knows I love Houston in Houston. The Raptors are still currently on the do not bet list. They're still there. They haven't came off yet. They probably will at some point this season. But right now they're still there. Houston, we have a problem because the way that you guys played the other day against the Pelicans was unacceptable. It was unacceptable. It was disgusting, to be honest. I had you guys money line plus 115. The line ended up moving. We would because Zion didn't play. They were then a favorite and still got the breaks beat off of them. I'm going back to the well though, man. I'm going back to the well. The reason I am is because it's been one of my favorite spots in the NBA all season. Houston currently 16-9-1 against the number at home. They've covered in 64% of their games. Raptors are banged up. Raptors on the road, they're better than you might think, but I still don't like betting Toronto on the road. I usually like betting them at home where they got the whole country behind them. Toronto 12-11-1 against the number on the road this season just doesn't seem like a great spot. I think I want to see Sengun play. I want to see Eason play. But even if they don't, I think the Rockets are just a better team. And if the Rockets are gonna make the play-in tournament or try to get like the 8th seed in the West, they have to win the winnable games. And this is one of those. This has to be a win for Houston if they want to compete moving down the stretch. I'm gonna rock with them here at this number at home.
I don't think I got a copy of the sheet. I'm gonna sign up for the weekend show. Wow.
It's in Romanelli sent me an email.
I guess I'm not invited. I'll just do my own show. Let's do my own show. How about
Fire
that?
dress.
It's all right. Pick Dog's fired my ass. Listen to the YouTube comments. Pick Dog should fire Mitch. Be the second time I got fired from my own company in the last 5 years. Jesus. It's not good. Not good. People are like, man, it's like, why are lawyer bills so high? I'm like, because I can't sign anything, man. I'm the king of the bad deal. Anyways. Chris, did you give a pick or are you just sitting there? You're just here for the hell of it?
No, I'm going to take the Rockets here. My thoughts on the Raptors on the road, just sort of the same thing that Jay said. They're not doing not very well on the road. The Rockets play their best basketball, especially defensively at home. And it's just going to be a continued fate of the Raptors for me. So give me the Houston Rockets at home in this one.
What is the over-under amount of times you'll bet the Raptors for the remainder of the season?
4.5.
Damn. Damn.
That's pretty impressive. He already had that lined up.
The thing is, I still might take the under.
Yeah. Well, because the way I see it, I can't back them against the bad teams because they're probably going to be overvalued. I can't back them against the good teams because they have a tendency to get their teeth kicked in. It's like in a reasonable spot like this, the Houston Rockets are undervalued on the other side. So
I get it.
I'm on Saturday.
Yeah, I'm on the Rockets here too because I do believe you got to throw out the last game, and that's a reason why it's only 4, not 5.5. I think the Rockets are good at home. Getting Steven Adams, not sure if he's going to play tonight. Now they have another big guy. He's not playing tonight,
game
right?
time decision in the comments.
Sengun is too. Doesn't matter. Toronto stinks. All their good players are on good teams. Toronto stinks. They're horrible. My over-under might be 3.5. I might go under.
Damn.
Chris, I can't stand them. I just won't bet them. I won't do it.
I'm going to bet them in spots, just probably not today.
Yeah, I get it. But Rockets won't let me down 2 times in a row. God, we love that spot with the Pelicans and Zion was out. We had a better line play on that. But that's just how the NBA is. You just don't know. But with sharps, say, Jay, it's not about winning and losing. It's about getting the right price.
It's how you play the game.
It's how you play the game.
Man, see, that has been my mantra. I done threw that shit back out the window. It's all about winning and losing. It's all about winning and losing.
I get it. And the fans and our fans only care about winning and losing. But the Sharks
I'm trying to win,
operate
and that's why I'm on the Hawks today. That's why.
Oh, but we're done that. We already scrolled past it.
We already went past the Hawks. You
The
already
Hawks
screwed
got me
that pick
turned.
up.
They got me turned. Nah, I'm just messing with you, Costi. You know.
You don't get as much in the NBA with sharp lines like that, like football, because it's a week apart. But you could catch it early before they move the line. Much easier in the NBA. Because if you're a Twitter guy like you, who's super on top of it, which takes literally 10 hours a day of work that most people can't do, you can get ahead of the line moves, which you've done numerous times this year. So just got to keep playing the game.
Yeah. This cold streak's gonna end, and I got a long heater coming. I know it.
I'm taking the Rockets also. I fade the Sonics every single time. Just gonna continue to do so.
The Orioles making some big moves. We're almost at baseball season.
I can't wait, man.
Yeah. New ownership, second day, boom. Trade for a player that we're going to pay big money to for the first time in 20 years.
Baseball is my favorite sport to attend. I'm there now. I'm there.
Really?
I'm there. I've been to enough NBA games this year, sat everywhere. It ain't baseball. Going to a baseball game, I love it. I'm gonna be there all year.
Yeah. Jay, me and you had a rivalry in the Texas Orioles game for about 10 minutes. It's like
Also this year, I want to travel and go see some road ballparks. That's the goal too. See some road ballparks in baseball.
The new A's Stadium in Vegas.
Tearing down the Trop.
maybe we'll make it out to Toronto and visit Chris.
I know. I've been telling him I need to come out.
Go a little international. Maybe go see some Niagara Falls, Maid of the Mist.
I'm like
Get you a
45
poncho.
minutes from there. So.
Yeah. Go to the Needle. All the way up. Did they still allow you to go all the way to the top of the Needle?
Of course, CN Tower.
Yep.
Okay.
It cost you to do the edge walk.
Of course. Do the chicken dance on the edge walk.
If you take the Hawks at home, you have to go on the walk.
I'll walk that walk then. I'm going to walk it.
It's safer to do the edge walk than to take the Atlanta Hawks.
Yeah. With no court.
Got the Grizzlies and the Warriors. Who's up? I think it's Chris. Is it you?
Is it me? All right. Well, let's see here. I'm gonna take the Warriors. Yeah, this is still the Memphis G League team for me. Still extremely hard to get behind them. I know that the Golden State Warriors haven't been great on the road this season. 7-10, 11-7 against the number, but I just wonder how sustainable these results are for the Memphis Grizzlies. So I'm still seeing Klay Thompson listed as questionable for this one. Probable now. Draymond Green probable. So as long as the big guns are in there for Golden State, I'm going to take the Warriors.
I'm on Memphis here. Memphis is quietly just rolling and covering games. They're not winning games, but they're covering, especially at home, and they're playing against formidable opponents. They only lost by 7 to Cleveland at home. They only lost by 9 to Sac at home. They ended up beating the Magic. I mean, they only lost to the Pacers by 6 on the road. They're not good, but 8 points at home on a Friday night where you know that your building is going to be packed. Give them some added motivation. Definitely don't love this game, but I'm not taking and laying 8.5 with Golden State. So I'll just take Memphis at home, 8.5, with a small lean on this one.
Taking Memphis all the way, man. Taking the points. Memphis own the Warriors, man. They actually they have ownership in the team. They've won 9 straight at home against the Warriors, man. The Warriors are their bitch. The Warriors, that what do they call it? That hot chicken that I keep. That's Nashville, right?
Nashville.
Yeah.
Hattie B's.
Never had it.
That's really
good.
good.
It's on the list. Thing is, I'm off fried food right now, so gotta
You would not get anything at Hattie B's.
Yeah, I know that. I'm just off for I'm not like if I go out to eat or something, whatever. I can, I'm flexible. I'm not like weirdo. I'm just trying to watch it. I put on like 20 pounds, man, when I was injured, so gotta take it off. Gotta do what I gotta do. Gotta bite the bullet. Pants were snug. It's like, I don't like it. Getting there. I'm close. Not that far off right now. Ugh. Not saying I'm enjoying it. Not saying I'm not eating pizza at all or anything. I'm just watching it. That's what I do. I want to surf again.
I'm on the Warriors. I'm on the light-skinned man. Reason, I get it. Memphis, they have been great against the number. Not great, but they've been decent against the number. They're about a 50-50 ATS team. And at home, at the crib, is typically where Memphis plays his better basketball. I kind of like the angle Costa used there Friday night. These boys might hope. But Golden State, man, they got to win some games. They have to. They're 4 games below 500. Like, same thing I kind of said about the Rockets, where, like, we're in mid-season, but they're already in must-win territory. I just think the Warriors have to come in locked in here. They're definitely, in my opinion, head and shoulders the better team. This is also a revenge game as Memphis beat up on them earlier in January. I don't love this game. I really, really don't. I don't love it. Laying 8.5 with Golden State is kind of crazy. But on the road, or at least, on the road, they've been much better. They're currently the 3rd best road ATS team in the league. It's insane. That is insane because last year they were the worst road ATS team. They were the best home ATS team. This year it's flipped. They're much better on the road than they are at home. I think they blow the doors off of Memphis. We'll see.
Got the Timberwolves against the Magic. Timberwolves 8-point favorites. Costi?
God. I'm going to go sexy pick in this game. I can't lay 8 with Minnesota, but I wouldn't be surprised if they blow out the Magic.
I would.
I'd be shocked.
I'd be thoroughly surprised.
Life's too short, but I'm going to grab the under here. Be a lot of bricks tonight. Both teams have been not putting up a lot of points of late. I've actually took a couple unders in the last 6 games. Minnesota's went 5 in a row to the under. And the Magic are every other game hitting the under. So I just think combination of both teams. That's why the number is so low. Don't love it. Probably won't bet this game, but under 211.
Magic all day, man. About as easy as it gets. House disappointment was built on bricks. Taking the Magic. Jay?
Magic. Magic are the best ATS team in basketball. Number one. There's nobody better. Not even the Thunder Buddies who have been free falling here recently. The best team for your pocketbook this season is the Orlando Magic.
What about Chris?
Orlando is 31-17 against the number. They've covered in 64.6% of their games, so 65. This line really don't even make sense to me. It doesn't. That's a lot of lumber to lay for Minnesota. Are they the better team? Record-wise, yeah, but against the number, they're a 50-50 team. They've rarely beat up on teams. As far as I'm concerned, the Magic have a legitimate shot to win this game outright. Seriously. I know that the Timberwolves blew the doors off of them in Orlando on the 9th of January, but I'm going back to the Magic here. I'm trying to see what happened there. That's the stretch where the Magic were playing some of their worst basketball of the season.
Every team goes through a stretch like that. Magic are out of that stretch.
So, and I think they are too. And I think they have a legitimate shot to win this one. I'm going to take them here.
Yeah, I got the keys unlocked. I got everything going. I'm taking up space at the House of Disappointment. I'm going to check in tonight. I'm still checked out of the Orlando Magic right now. I know they are the best cover team in the NBA. I'm not disputing that. There is no argument for it.
Out of the team that has literally made you the most money in the NBA. I'm just asking. Don't get mad. I'm just asking.
No, I'll tell you, it's because whenever I seem to back them is the games where they put up 100 points in a game. And in today's NBA, as much as I want to say that's, you can win games with defense, 100 points isn't going to cut it. Like, 126-99 against the Cavs. Lose 107-106 against the Grizzlies. They have performances where they show up and show out, but there's only so many times you can hold the San Antonio Spurs to 98 points. You can't play them every game. So at a certain point, you got to be able to score. And you're going up against the Minnesota team that's been the toughest defense of any team at home in the NBA this season. So if they're scoring 120 points a night and can go into Minnesota and challenge that defense, definitely. But right now, I don't know if it's too inconsistent for my liking.
What's the total in this game?
211.5.
I like the under. I think you did enough talking there to kind of talk me onto the under. You're right. Minnesota at home defensively is really good. And offensively, Orlando has had its struggles. Hell, I saw them score 12 points in the third quarter against the Mavs. Really why they lost that game. But what I also saw in that game was the Magic's defensive tenacity. And I just think this is a defensive game. I don't take a whole lot of totals. I don't. But I like this one. I like the under here. Yeah. Do the Timberwolves beat up on them tonight? I don't know.
No chance, man. Zero chance. Did you see that? Did you see that they made?
The way Ruffolo explained it, there's a chance.
There's no chance. They just made Banchero an all-star. He's going to go out and he's going to just go nuts tonight. Stupid, dummy, crazy at the house. It's like I don't even understand what you guys are. You guys are off. You're off the show, Chris. And Jay, you're in timeout. You've lost it, man. What do you think? What are you talking about, man? Seriously. The Minnesota fucking Timberwolves, 25-23 against the number. They're 34-14. They're 25-23 against the number. They're only 13-9 against the number at home this season. The Magic are 16-10 against the number. 10-16 straight up on the road, 16-10 against the number. They're used to getting way too many points, man. It's like that's where we live. Come, wake up. I'm taking the Wayne Scotts, man. It's like they were down and out, and we kicked them to the curb like we do, but they're welcome back anytime. All you got to do is get back on track, and that's what they've done. I say, Chris Ruffolo, stick your tongue out so you can bite it. I mean, it was so stupid. The last time out against the Spurs, they were only a 6-point favorite. They beat the shit out of them. It's like the Magic have now covered 3 games in a row. Suns, Mavericks, Spurs. Very quietly. Ruffalo on the other side of all of those. Now he's on the house of disappointment. You go take that with your little Porzingis over props. The hell are you thinking? What show do you think this is? They've covered 6 of their last 10. Really, it's really 6 of their last 9. What more do you want from these guys? What do they have to do?
Score some points.
Score.
That's what he said. Score some points. Score some points. And I don't know if they do that. I really don't know if they score no points.
Oh, because the Timberwolves scored the 87 against Dallas, the 101 against OKC. Oh no, not the house of disappointment. Don't send me there. Come on. You've lost the bit. You've lost the bit.
Okay. All right, sure.
The bit always comes first. Don't send me to the house of disappointment. No. 96-94 against the Nets. So in their last 4 and 3 of their they scored 113 in one. So 87 plus 113 is 200. 301 plus 94. That's 395 in their last 4 games. It's less than 100 points a game, and you're worried about the Magic scoring? Huh? You got the wrong. You're wrong.
Okay. All right. Against a top 5 team in the NBA since the start of 2024 in defensive efficiency. Against a team that's bottom 10 in the NBA in terms of offensive efficiency on the road.
No. N-O. No.
Last time I checked, the name of the game.
No. For the last time, no.
Last time I checked, the name of the game is to score more points than the other team. The Orlando Magic scored 109 or less in 8 of their last 10.
That's why I did the sexy pick.
You took the under too?
Yeah.
I said you took the over. I forgot.
I never take the over. Said under.
All right, cool.
No, they've said I've been rolling. The Magic literally have been 5 in a row to the under, and I've cashed on 2 of those.
Magic.
Sorry, Minnesota 5. No, Minnesota's been 5 in a row to the under.
Roof made some good points. He didn't make enough good points to talk me off of betting Orlando here, but he did talk enough points for me to bet the under. That's what he did do.
What, my points weren't good enough for the under?
No, they were, but I'm saying Roof really went. He really broke it down when he started talking about. He got me. He got me.
Final score 115 Minnesota.
107.99.
107, 115. It's gonna
Roof
go
always
over.
looking at 7.99.
I'm fading myself.
right on the number.
Right on the number. Yeah, exactly. Right on it.
Magic 621. Timberwolves -3.
107.99. I love that.
I kind of like 107, 101.
Did the Magic bust up the whole house of disappointment?
107, 101 T-Wolves. That's what I'm going with.
Oh well.
What did it say?
Nothing.
I thought it said, "Oh well."
It was look down the crap.
It's one of those like, all right, let me do it again. Hold on, 2 out of 3.
No, you can't do it again. It said don't count on it.
Not the double whammy. Here we go.
Over or under? Tails is over.
Lucky Penny.
Okay,
picks
that's
the-
okay. Now it's 1-1. Now how are we going to split this?
Well, the Lucky Penny rules all. We know that.
Oh my
All
goodness.
right, on air, rock, paper, scissors on air.
Nope. Lucky Penny rules all. It's really not up for discussion or debate. Lucky Penny has an impeccable record.
Fine, you want one that's not close to the number 107.94.
Lucky Penny has an impeccable record. It's not going to be tarnished.
Lucky Penny does have a pretty good record. Lucky Penny almost talked itself into a premium page on TikToks.
Wanted too high of a percentage.
It knew its worth.
Had to fire him for 2 years. Yeah, I don't even understand what you're talking about. I really don't even know if we're watching the same league anymore. We got the Thunder Buddies taking on the Hornets, 16 points. It's 2 touchdowns and 2 2-point conversions going on in this one. Yet I still like the Thunder Buddies somehow. Costi, what's up? This one.
I can't bet the Hornets. Just won't take this game. I'm going to pass. That's how much I hate this game.
Well, you got to say the correct term if you're going to pass. If you don't know the secret handshake, you can't do it. All right, you're going to have to make a pick.
Help me.
Nope. There's no lifelines. Do you know it or you don't? See if you can ask the audience. That's your lifeline.
Chris is doing something. I can't figure it out.
What do we call it on this show when someone tries to take a pass? What is it called? We're doing this for years. There it is.
I'm going to take the Ruffolo.
Hey.
There you go. I'm taking the Thunder Buddies for life.
Thunder Buddies for life.
He kept going like this. I don't know if he was trying to point to his head, to Manoa, to the
I was just like this.
the siren. It was everything. You should have done one of these.
Yeah, or calling in with the meat sweats. That's the other one. Calling in sick with the meat sweats.
Thunder Buddies for life. Listen, I mean, I think they're trying to price us out at this number. Like they know a lot of people are gonna look at this and be like, damn, like 17, 16 with the Thunder? Damn. But we know the Thunder cover these big point spreads all the time. They had the biggest margin of victory this season. What, they beat the Blazers by 60? They're gonna blow the doors off of the damn Hornets. Hornets is not a sexy spot either. They're coming off a pretty significant homestand. Got blown out by Houston at home. Houston has never blown anybody out on the road, and they blew them out at home, 138-104. The Jazz blew them out on the road. The Jazz don't blow nobody out on the road, and the Jazz blew them out, 134-122. The Knicks came in there, aired them out, 113-92, and then they lost on the road to Chi-Town. I mean, at home to Chi-Town on the back end of a back-to-back. The Hornets, one of you guys told me that it might have been Romanelli, it might have been one of you, Mitch or Roof, but somebody said it earlier in the week that the Pistons are now a better team than the Hornets, and I tried to say, hell no. I'm now in 100% agreement. The Hornets are the worst team in the league. They're the second worst ATS team in the league, going up against the second best ATS team in the league. I just think the Thunder at home win this game comfortably. They should blow the doors off of them. The one thing that does make me nervous was that Detroit game for the Thunder Buddies, but A, that was on the road, and B, they were in a look-ahead spot on the front end of a back-to-back. That's not really the case here. Thunder Buddies for life.
Yeah, I think I'm going to lean towards the Thunder as well. Charlotte's had Oklahoma City's number, believe it or not, and had meetings, but this is a different Oklahoma City team. This Thunder team is really, really good. It's still one of the best teams in the NBA. I don't even know if LaMelo's missing this game or if something's up with the Hornets, or if it's just that you have one of the best teams in the NBA against one of the worst. But I'm going to take the Thunder in this one.
Jay, I just got an email from your friends, believe it or not. Your friends on Twitter. Yeah, crazy, right? Apologizing.
For real? No. No.
Real, man.
Apologizing.
Yep.
Oh, well, I ain't even gone.
I'm with you. Believe me, no one knows where I stand,
Hey.
I was ready to put out a cash reward for conviction. That's what I do. Got the Spurs and the Pelicans. Chris, you love you some Spurs, don't you? Wait, Costi was first last time he took a Ruffolo. I'm going to take the Pelicans here. Everyone knows the Spurs are on my do not bet list. They're not on the general do not bet list, but they are on mine. And I don't know, man. I just think the better they play, the more room there is to fade them. I hate the Pelicans too. I got to tell you, I hate their guts. These guys, it's like they are the Bradley Beals. They should change their name to the Beals. I mean, I know Beale Street, right? Oh, it's Memphis. But it's like they are the Bradley Beals, man. They take more nights off than like Beal. They do. It's like the whole team's on load management. We're just not gonna play. It's like I don't even understand it. But I'm taking them against Spurs against my better judgment.
This game is I think this is tough. I could really make the argument going either way. I could. I'm gonna go Spurs, Mitch. I know.
I can see it, but here's the thing. When you look at the Pelicans and who they lost to, Celtics, Bucks, Thunder, Suns, Mavericks, Nuggets.
It's not a bad stretch. It's not.
And if you're gonna lose, that's who you're gonna lose to, man. And look at their schedule. I mean, they played the Hornets, who are about on this level, 132, 112. They played the Hawks. Oh no, they didn't play. They played Houston, 110, 99. They played Utah at home, 153, 124. Against the bad teams, they've taken care of business, man. It's the good teams. They beat the Mavs in Dallas by 8, but that was a while ago now. But
yeah, you're making some good points. And on top of that, they've blown the doors off of San Antonio twice this season.
Who does Ruffolo like? Because I'm just here to fade his ass.
121-106 was the final score in the first one, and 146-110 was the score in the last one. That last one was in San Antonio on the 17th of December. So that was a 36-point loss at home for the Spurs. Hey, y'all know me, man. One of my favorite spots in the NBA. I love the bounce back at home. That's also a revenge game. We're getting a double revenge game after the last time they played them. They're getting woodshedded. The Spurs, I don't think they're the same team right now that they were at that point in December. I think they're a better team now than they were then. So I like that. I also like this is their 6th or 7th straight home game for the Spurs. So they're comfortable at home. They've been there, been shooting on the same rim, same gym for over a week. I like that. Pelicans, 4th straight road game. Don't necessarily like that. I mean, they were in Houston for the last one, so it's not a big travel spot. But Zion, game time decision, Herbert Jones, and Larry Nance. I lean Spurs. I don't know if I'm betting this one. I don't know if I'm going to bet it. but I do lean Spurs at home on a Friday night.
Give me the Pelicans here. We're starting to see the Spurs start to falter a little bit. I don't love this game at all because the Pelicans haven't played their best basketball on the road. They've been a much stronger home team, but I think they do enough to get the win and the cover against the Spurs in this one.
I'm taking the Pelicans here.
Damn,
Don't love it. Probably not going to bet it. Zion doesn't play, doesn't matter. The New Orleans losses, the Boston, Milwaukee, Oklahoma City, like we said, all tough games. They showed on the road at Houston, where Houston's really good at home. They were wire to wire winner on that one. I think the Spurs just match up bad with teams that could spread them out. And I just don't see the Spurs putting up any points. They got beat up twice. They're going to get beat up for the third time. I'm going to wait closer to game time if I bet this game, but from a lean standpoint, take New Orleans laying the 8.
I'm on an island. Roof, how'd you do on that island the other day? Yeah, I think you went crazy because I fucking was ass. So you probably
got crushed yesterday. He got crushed on all those favorite in Favoriteville.
It was 2 days ago. It was Wednesday.
2 days ago.
He got pounded in Favoriteville yesterday, like Celtics.
Because
sure,
I got
sure
slaughtered.
He was minus 22, like Porzingis.
Sure did.
Same stats as Porzingis, minus 22.
The island be kind sometimes. Last one up. It's easy. Don't even overcomplicate it. Don't overthink it. Easy.
Chicken nuggets for me against the Blazers, man. There's really nothing to this. It's like the Nuggets are back home. It's the second half of the season. They understand that you can't take games like this off because you need to have the win. You got to have it. Like Costi said earlier, the Nuggets want to have that home court. If they can't get the true home court in the West, at least they can get a 2 seed or something at worst. You know, it's like even if you don't get the top seed, you want to be one of the 1 or 2. So, you know, they're not going to just let take the chance that they lose to the Portland Trailblazers ball team. They're going to win by like 30.
I think so too. Of course, injury news in this game is Jokic game time decision and Murray game time decision. And I think these are true game time decisions. That's why I'm a little nervous. Because
I'll tell you what the decision is. They're playing.
I don't know that. Because
13 and a half points, they're playing.
I don't know that. Again, we talked about this last time. We talked about this, I think, in this exact Nuggets game. And Jokic sat. He sat, and it was disgusting. And that line went from 5.5 to what, 12.5? Was that game?
Yeah, and they only won by 7.
Exactly.
No, they won by 6.
Exactly.
7 or 6. It was last Saturday.
So I think this is a true game time decision. That's why I haven't bet this game yet. I need to know. But of course, the Nuggets go stupid, dummy, crazy. When they get listed in, and if the line goes to like 16, 17, I would still lay it. I think they blow them out if everybody plays. Off a loss, the Nuggets at home, when healthy, there's a reason. They are the team that started stupid, dummy, crazy. And I think they do that tonight if they're healthy.
OJ, you're talking about when they played the Thunder Buddies the other night. When the line went from 1 to 7. Yeah. And they covered it.
Yes. Jokic just was out of the blue. It was out of the blue.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I said I think this is a true game time decision. I need to know. But the line, what Mitch says is true. The line would indicate that he's playing, but
yeah, it's already baked in.
But I don't know.
Chris is baked in.
It still doesn't mean anything.
Chris is our baking expert. Chris, is it baked in?
I think it's baked in that he actually probably plays here.
throw an extra stick of butter in there for good measure.
Yeah, some shortening. Can never go wrong with some
I
shortening.
mean, that's the problem. That's how you end up like me, having to eat how I have to eat right now, because it's like you won't eat anything unless the top two ingredients are butter and sugar.
Yeah.
I love that stuff. Costi wasn't here for Halloween candy discussions over the years.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah, it's like, oh, Reese's came out with bats. I wonder what those taste like. All right. Well, we made it. College hoops. It's a light schedule.
Yeah.
Man, I put in 1 million picks yesterday, and I went 1,000,001 and 1,000,000. It was like the games that I really liked early all lost, and all the games late all won. It's crazy. It's just one of those days, you know. To me, the biggest disappointment was Drexel. These suck. Buffalo against Kent State. Riders on the Storm versus Siena. Manhattan, they stink this year. The Jaspers up against Quinnipiac. But I kind of like Manhattan in that one. The Peacocks of St. Peter's up against Niagara. Marist versus Mount St. Mary's. Iona versus Fairfield. Yale versus Princeton. Harvard versus Columbia. Brown versus Penn. Iowa versus Ohio State. The Ohio State to some people. Dartmouth versus Cornell. Dayton versus St. Bonaventure. Creighton versus Butler. Akron, zip. Jay's not there. He probably had DoorDash. K-Rite game. Nevada versus San Jose State. Chris?
All right, the ones I'll give out here, I like Kent State laying the 8.5 against Buffalo. Buffalo's one of the worst teams in the country this season. Kent State, not the Kent State team of past seasons where they've dominated the MAC, but still really, really good. And Buffalo really, really bad. So give me Kent State. Give me Ryder against Siena. I know Siena's starting to cover games as of late, but I think Ryder's just a better team. And Siena's been getting crushed on the road. Sort of that same thing. You can only score 52 points in a game in college hoops and get away with it. I think Ryder doesn't have to get the winning cover there. And I'm going to take Dayton, laying the 7.5 against St. Bonaventure. This Dayton team is the best in the A10. And I think they beat St. Bonaventure by double digits here.
I'm going to go with Iowa at home. Ohio State is just trash on the road. Such a different team. Ohio State only has 3 home losses. Their other 5, all their road games have been losses. And when they lose with the point spread as well. And Iowa is really a much better team the other way. They're really good at home. They're not a great covering team, but 5.5, I think, is going to be enough for them to get there. I see this as a 7-point win by Iowa. Ohio State is trash. It's going to get rowdy in there. There's nothing else to do in Iowa than to go to see their college basketball team on Friday night. So house is going to be packed. And then my other favorite team at home, Zip. Akron taking on Toledo, who's also pretty good, but Akron is just a powerhouse at home. They've been cashing for me now I've taken them 6 out of their last 10 games, only lost 1 or 2. They've been a cashing machine, and in a head-to-head matchup, revenge game, because they've been getting beat up by Toledo over the last couple of years. This is their year. Double revenge game from the last 2 times they played. I will take Akron. Zip. That's all I got for college.
I like Princeton against Yale. I gave it out in my video, and I got a lot of comments, people bitching about the pick, so that usually is a good sign. I like Manhattan against Quinnipiac. I just think that it's just one of those spots where they're so bad, man. They're just so bad. It's like Friday night bad team play. And then Dayton, one of my final 4 teams. I'll take them against St. Bonaventure.
I got to fade y'all on that one, man. I got to take St. Bonnie's. Here's why. Hey. It's going to sound crazy. It's going to sound off the wall. And if you don't want to follow me here with what I'm finna say, I completely understand. Get it. On a Friday night, though, with this limited college hoops card, I think people, real life, are going to look at this card and want to take only 3 teams today. And those 3 teams are Dayton, Iowa, and Creighton. I think those are the 3 most bet teams today. And I think, especially on a Friday night, you're probably going to make money if you fade all of them. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. Is Dayton the better team? Most definitely. But I think St. Bonnie's has a chance to not only cover, but go in there and beat them outright, just in a random off spot. Can I give you basketball reasons why I like it? No, I can't. And that's why, if you want those reasonings, lean on these 2 guys. Lean on them and what they said. But just a pure bet of the spot, I'm fading Dayton. I'm taking St. Bonnie's plus the points and money line. And then, of course, zip. I'm on the zips. Costi, low-key trying to take my team. He trying. My boys. I'm on the zips.
Cashing machine.
They cash machine, Costi. We've been cashing all year on the zips.
ATM. Yep.
And we're going to continue to cash on our zips. They can be our zips. Zip.
Even Prince Bitcoin.
Y'all don't like my St. Bonnie's pick?
No. I don't not love them. I'm staying away from that game. Dayton's been a powerhouse.
Yeah,
7.5 is a lot.
They hot. They hot. I don't know. I just
Friday's always a weird card.
Weird card. It's a weird card.
All right, parlay time.
Damn, no hockey. I forgot.
Break.
Chris?
All right, let's go with the Detroit Pistons. Let's go with Kent State. And let's go with Ryder.
I'm going to make it simple. 3-piece in the NBA. Phoenix, -3.5. Pacers on the money line. Rockets, -4.
Stomp down parlay for me. Woodshed parlay for me. Nuggets, taking the Blazers behind the Woodshed. Miami Heat, taking the Wizards behind the Woodshed. And the Golden State Warriors are going to take the Memphis Grizzlies behind the Woodshed. 3 double-digit wins. Parlay them. Birdcage.
Costa, you went?
Yep.
Dayton, Iowa, Akron. That easy.
I will be on the other side of that parlay, Mitch. But I will take the zips. Birdcage.
Okay. Thanks, everyone, for joining us. I'll be back tomorrow, but I've been bumped from Sunday's show.
Y'all know y'all see this $1 million face in the morning as I bring in all the guys.
All the prima donnas come in.
I thought you were talking about me for a second.
We can see your $1 million face.
Me and Chris will start our own show on Sundays.
Let me see. So right now for the morning show tomorrow, we have Rod, Brian.
All right.
Rod, Brian, Ruffolo, Javon, Mitch. Probably probably be there. That's who we have thus far. And then Sunday's full. Sunday, Rod, Brian, Romanelli will be on the Sunday show. Ruffalo, David Racy be there. Shane Mickle. We ain't seen Shane in a million years.
Yeah.
He's gonna be there on them. He's gonna be there on them.
He's Sasquatch. Bigfoot sighting.
And Jovan to be there on Sunday as well. So got some good.
Guess who's going to be on the drive-through starting in the next week or so? You want to talk about a Bigfoot sighting? Someone who's been in the industry since I've started, and I've never met the guy or seen him on video or anything.
Who's that?
Matt Fargo.
Really?
Yep.
Wow. I've been here a year and a half, and I've never seen the man.
No, I run the site. I've never seen the guy. Never talked to him on the phone.
What?
Yeah.
You've only been here a year and a half, Jay?
Yeah. Jay lost the handicapping contest.
Oh, really? Yeah. So
yeah,
I would
spent 7 months begging me for a gig. I finally said, "All right, if it'll make you stop harassing me, I'll hire you." And then he just came in, invited himself to the NFL show, never left, and then squoze it on the morning show, and then finally took over my job. Yeah, pretty much is the way that it's all worked out.
So some may say it was good persistence. It's not harassment.
No, but the thing is, I'm going to say this, and I don't say it enough, and I say it enough, but I don't say it enough. There are people that email me at least 10 times a week, and there are people that hit me up on Twitter, right? And I answer them like 3 weeks later, right? Because I don't check. And then there are people that hit me up on Instagram, and I answer them a month later because I really never check that. And they all ask me, "Oh, how could I become a capper? How could either they'll backdoor it. How do I get started in the industry, right? Or they'll say, "How do I become a capper? How do I become a capper?" And I say, whatever. And then, once in a blue moon, I hire people like this. And Chris will tell you, so they come and go, man. They come and go. They don't seize the opportunity. And then you have other guys like Jay, life-changing, man. He's got to, this is the life that he wanted. This is what he wanted to do, and he's made the most of it. And that's just, it's what you make of it, man. Costi, he seems like he doesn't work on the show, but he gets off here, man. He's working all day and all night. I can text Costi almost any time, and he's playing golf.
Sean's in there. Look, Sean's in the comments. Persistence is the difference maker.
Persistence.
Biggest fan. Super fan.
Yeah. That is the secret. You got to stick with it, man. Consistency is everything. No work, Costi. That's it. We're not getting the Pathy. I'm not buying you the Pathy fathead now for the wall behind you.
Golf is only on Tuesdays and Thursdays for now. Got to get ready. Shot an 82 yesterday.
I've been talking a big game in golf, but the reality is I can't even swing a club. My wife keeps saying, she's like, "Have you told these people you can't swing a golf club yet?" I'm like, I'm gonna do it though.
What are we up? About less than 2 months away.
Less than a month and a half away. I'll do it. I'll be able to do it. Might not be pretty, but I'll be able to do it. Might have to play one-handed.
Well, a lot of people chip with one hand.
I don't. But I would, if I played one-handed.
Practice-wise. In practice.
If I played one-handed with my right arm, I would play lefty.
I got to send you this guy. You're not a big follower of people on Instagram, but there's a guy named Snappy Gilmore where he hits golf clubs with one hand. He whips it. He's like, whoosh, and it goes long and straight. It's the craziest thing.
I believe it. There are guys like the trick shot guys. They have a club that's like a rope with a handle on it with a golf head, and they get smacked like 1,000 miles. It's just practice, like anything else.
I'm ready. Feel really good.
I can't even swing a club, but I will. Anyways, thanks everyone for joining us. It's been
Holla.
fun.
One more question before we get out of here. I got one more.
I don't think so.
I tried.
More questions.
Shedeur Sanders for Heisman will remain on the Do Not Bet.
I was just gonna ask what you guys were selling today. That's all.
I just have one
Sell
pick
it.
for sale, but I might put together some other packages because I do have a bunch more picks. Fridays are crazy for me in the morning.
Same.
Actually, every day is crazy for me in the morning.
What about you, Roof?
Got a college hoops play of the day for $19. Got that as part of a 3-pack, and got my NBA play of the day as well.
Is it the Hawks?
It is not.
Damn. Got it.
If anybody's actually interested in connecting with some of these big syndicate groups that I deal with, feel free to call me or text me 775-636-7674. Completely free consultation. I'll let you know if it's for you. Only big players, minimum 10K or above is what we require because of the crazy volume that these guys put out. But if you're interested and you're capable of handling that type of bankroll or more, feel free. Completely free consultation. I'll waste my time to make sure that it's right for you.
There you go. I got 3 plays in the NBA today, maybe 4, but 3 for sure. And my NBA play of the day. So you guys can scoop that up from me. Best thing to do though, money making Friday, rolling into a money making weekend. 3-day pass. If you want to try me out for the weekend, do a 3-day pass with me and Roof, 3-day pass with me and Mitch, 3-day pass with me, Mitch, and Roof. Everything we got for the weekend. Smash it. See y'all boys in the morning.
Make it a winning day. Appreciate each and every one of you. I'm going to try and act more professional tomorrow, but since we have more people, put it together. It's like you got 1 million people on that tiny little Sunday card. I guess the big NBA. All right. Tomorrow's massive card. Duke, North Carolina. St. Mary's, Gonzaga. Tennessee, Kentucky.
Kansas, Houston.
Kansas, Houston. And much, much more.
Can't wait.
Pretty sure the Pistons are playing again, too. All right. I'm going to try and act more professional tomorrow.